Let me ask you guys a question for you Devil May Cry fans out there. Were you excited for Johnny to play Dante and not Reuben Langdon? Because I sure as hell wasn't. To see another character and another actor completely fucked, let's just call it that, because of politics, it's getting a little old, isn't it? What do you expect from Netflix, though? The same platform who platforms a movie like Cuties, pretty much child pornography. Yeah. Yeah. But this is the hill they want to die on. Oh, we can't have Reuben Langdon be a part of this project because he's a Trump supporting fucking anti-vaxxer. Which, by the way, everything the guy ever said about the vaccines later on was proven true through congressional hearings from Dr. Anthony Fauci himself, but I won't politicize this video too much, but it's worth noting that the reason this change happened is clearly fucking politics. That's not even where I'm going to end it. I want to talk about how Shankar, the guy in charge of this project, decided to bring in Johnny to voice Dante. Now, maybe you don't respect the franchise or the video games like we do, but the players that you are, or the audience you are looking for, are primarily the gamers who played the fucking game. Now, obviously, you will draw an anime crowd, of course, but you are trying to create a product to reflect on the people, the fans who are gamers, because it's a video game franchise with one other anime that only had one season and that most people didn't like. I thought it was average for a game anime. Why in the hell would you bring in Johnny? And let me ask you a question. No offense to the gentleman who plays Nero, Johnny himself, but you really couldn't try to put you couldn't try to distinct yourself from Nero in your voice acting? You're not playing Nero. You're playing Dante, but you fucking put zero effort into trying to separate that character when you're playing this character. Why the fuck would you do that? I don't get paid to voice act, but let me tell you, I could separate my fucking voice. And for Shankar, the guy behind this project, to allow this to go through is a disgrace. And by the way, I don't know which side of the political spectrum you're fucking on. I don't know if it's your fault too, or if it's purely Netflix, which I'm leaning towards purely Netflix, but I'm holding you accountable because you are part of this. You are the leader on this fucking project. You should have put your fucking boot down and told Netflix to go and fuck themselves, and you want Reuben. And if you were okay with it, you're just as guilty. And you know what? More than that, you're guilty because you brought in Johnny and allowed him to fucking voice as if he's playing Nero. Zero distinction from the fucking game. So when us as fans go and watch this product, it's just gonna be mind fucking us for a while. Maybe eventually you'll get over it, but some of us won't. And I'd argue a lot. And it's like you couldn't distinct him at all. You couldn't, Johnny, you couldn't try to change your voice up at all? So what? Let's just assume that Nero's not going to be a part of this series. So you don't really have to play Nero down the road or get somebody else to play Nero like you did for Virgil for fuck knows why. But you bring in Johnny to play fucking Dante? He's not the future of this franchise. I hope you know that. I'm sorry, he's not. Johnny is not the future of the Devil May Cry franchise. He's not and never will be, especially after this fucking performance, where he's pretty much playing Nero in his vocal. What the hell's wrong with you? for letting this go through like this. Like, if you're going to bring on Johnny out of respect because maybe you like the guy or he's popular in the franchises, I get it. Honestly, I honestly do. But to make him play Dante, I don't know about that. And to allow him through the studio recording room, pretty much reading a fucking script made for Nero's character because he literally did not try to distinct himself away from that whatsoever, is embarrassing. How something like that gets through. There'll be more videos on this series. Listen, I grew up playing Devil May Cry and The Legend of Zelda. Those were my games. Metroid. And then later on, I fell in love with The Witcher in my later years. And let me tell you, Netflix destroyed that too. So we'll see. But I'm going to do a review of this series because it is a series that I've held very close and very dear to my childhood. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'll make more videos on this topic. I'm going to leave that rant here, but we're going to go ahead and give you an example of what I'm talking about real quick. Now, here's Dante and Nero exchanging dialogue in Devil May Cry 5, which I'm sure many of you are aware of if you are a fan of the series, of course.
I'll take that. Dante, I'm gonna go too. Why don't you sit this one out? Oh, let you call me dead weight again? No thanks. I've got all the power I need, right here. You don't understand. It's not what I mean.
Now, point out the amazing distinction here, people.
The way this usually goes is I do that, then drop a killer one-liner. But I'm drawing a complete blank right now. This never happens to me, I swear. Okay, wait, I got one. Pretend I just shot that guy. Bang! Man, Skeletor did not hold up since the 80s.
You know, if they had a problem with Reuben, why couldn't they get the guy from Devil May Cry 1? That's all I'll say. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and you guys all take care.